Whenever we file a bankruptcy case, either a Chapter 13 or Chapter 7, one of the concerns is what's going to happen to your bank accounts when we file your case. We want to make sure that nothing happens to your bank accounts when you file the case. We want to make sure that the money you have in that account continues to be your money, or at least continues to be money you have access to, and that nobody's going to take it away from you. If the place where you bank, if the bank or the credit union where you have your checking or your savings accounts is one of your creditors, if they're on your creditor list, then you had better either drain that account down to zero, or as close to zero as you can, or close the account before we file your case, because it's very likely that whatever the balance is in that account, that money is going to be seized by your credit union or your bank as soon as they find out that you filed bankruptcy. You think your problems are coming to an end because you filed a bankruptcy, and all of a sudden your checks are bouncing all over the place, and money you thought you had has suddenly disappeared. Bad experience. This is to be avoided. So before we file the case, well in advance, one of the first things I'll probably tell you when I start looking at what you've got when you come into my office, I'm going to tell you that account you have with Wells Fargo, turns out they're one of the worst for this, that account you have with Wells Fargo, or that account you have with Wings Financial Credit Union, you better close that account or draw it down as low as you can go before we file. And you better set up another account with some other bank where that bank is not one of your creditors. It's always seemed to me that the small neighborhood banks are the best for this. So what we want to do is have you open new bank accounts, a new checking account at least. Savings not so important, but a new checking account. Open a new checking account somewhere that you don't owe money. Get all your automatic deposits and automatic withdrawals set up on the new account, and get it up and running so that it looks, so that everything is smooth operating with that new account. Close the old accounts or draw the balances down to zero, and have that all set before we file your case, so that you're not going to wake up the day after you file your case and find out that your debit card isn't working and that your account is overdrawn and that all your checks are bouncing.